Besides the climate change meeting, Barack Obama has also engaged in peace talks, in a moment deep in symbolism but offering little expectation of any immediate breakthrough. The U.S. President brought together Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas. Yang Wei-han has the story.
It was the U.S. President's most direct engagement on a problem that has vexed the leaders for years. Pressing for Middle East peace, Barack Obama urged the Israeli and Palestinian leaders to do more, saying it was time to find a way forward.
Productive bilateral meetings with both. We have to summon the will to break the deadlock that has trapped generations of Israelis and Palestinians in an endless cycle of conflict and suffering. We cannot continue the same pattern of taking tentative steps forward and then stepping back. Success depends on all sides acting with a sense of urgency.
The Palestinians, Obama says, must build on progress on Houthi militant attacks. As for Israelis, he praised their discussions about restraining settlement building in Palestinian territories, but added Israel needs to turn these discussions into real action. Obama outlined a timeline of steps for the coming weeks. U.S. Envoy George Mitchell and Secretary of State Hillary Clinton will meet with the Israeli and Palestinian negotiators next week. Yang Wei-han, CCTV.
Barack Obama's hosting of the three-way summit and his move to send U.S. Mideast envoy George Mitchell back to the region have drawn praise from chief Palestinian negotiator Saeb Erekat. But a Hamas official says it's meaningless.
When Senator Mitchell could not have the Israelis comply with their obligations, stopping settlement activities and resuming the permissive negotiations, President Obama decided to interfere personally, and in our opinion, this reflected a genuine commitment of President Obama to stay the course, and we're going to stay the course with him.
Obama's call for the resumption of Israeli-Palestinian negotiations and his plan to send Envoy Mitchell to the region again reflect the flagrant failure from which peace negotiations suffered.
Israelis and Palestinians gave a mixed reaction to the three-way meeting in New York, as we just heard. The Israeli and Palestinian leaders shook hands at the start of their first face-to-face meeting, but the small gesture is said not likely to translate into a quick resumption of peace talks.
In Jerusalem, a group of Jewish settlers demanded the Prime Minister adopt a more hardline stance.
The reality is that all the concessions he has made during the last 5 or 6 months to the Palestinians, his agreement to the establishment of a Palestinian state, his agreement to freeze construction in Judea and Samaria, all those have been counterproductive.
Some Palestinians expressed the hope Obama could put pressure on Israeli leaders to compromise, but Hamas is criticizing the U.S. role in the peace talks.
The American administration's failure to force the occupiers to stop settlement and other violations of Palestinian rights confirm its complete bias in favor of the occupation and danger for Arabs counting on the American position towards the Arab-Israeli conflict.
Settlement construction is the core issue in the peace talks between the two sides. Palestinian leaders say the peace talks won't resume unless Israel stops settlements building in the West Bank and East Jerusalem. Israel is offering to slow settlement construction for a limited period of time and is urging the Palestinians to talk without preconditions. Yang Wei-han, CCTV.